Hey, how are you? My name is Reverend Deborah Whitlock Lax, and I have been asked to speak on marketing and evangelizing the church. These two terms are not always used together. Sometimes they're often resisted. Here's the thing. We've got to allow people to know about our church and to hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. So if you're kind of feeling, oh my gosh, she's going to ask me to evangelize and she's going to ask me to help market the church, you're right. Here's the thing. I know that there's a resistance, and part of it is because the term marketing is used and connected to a secular entity like a product or a service. And evangelism is a spiritual term that's connected to advancing the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that is difficult for most people, even clergy. I get that. Here's the thing. Jesus commanded us to make disciples throughout the world. To everywhere we go, we're taught by Jesus to tell somebody about what we've learned from him. And here's the promise. He said that he would be with us. So I get that you're fearful, that there might be anxiety attached, or you're just not sure. In the next several weeks, my purpose and my goal is to show you how to use some tips and techniques that takes you right where you are. What do I mean by that? If you're a baby Christian, or if you've been walking with the Lord for 60, 70 years, you can always turn up the notch on your skills and techniques and your ability to connect to people that you don't know. You see, we've got the best thing going, but he's the greatest secret ever known, and that's God himself. We have the greatest churches in our community, but our community doesn't even know we're here. The church is becoming irrelevant to the community at large. And simply because we haven't shared all the great things that are going on in your local church. How do I know? Several years ago, I did a survey on a church, and I was literally standing across from the church. And I was asking people, do you know where blah, blah, blah church is? And oh, no. And I say, there's a church down the street, and there's a church around the corner. There's a church. But no one saw the church that was literally across the street from them. Listen, we want to make sure that your church is known not just to your members, but to people on the block where your church exists, to people who are 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks away. Wouldn't it be wonderful for people to know intimately about what your church offers that are 2 or 3 miles away? What about globally? I love it when Paul says, your faith, speaking to the Romans, your faith is known all over the world. Man. Now listen. Each one of us is on a different timeline. Our experience will be different. So no matter if you're a baby Christian or you've been walking with the Lord for 60, 70 years, you have the ability to turn up the heat, turn up the notch, to engage people using your own gifts, your own talent, your own interest. I liken this by when perhaps you go into your home and you kind of chilled a little bit, and you turn the temperature in your house up a few degrees to take the edge off. That's exactly what I'm talking about with regards to evangelism. Many of us just need to notch it up just a little bit, and people will be attracted to hear what we have to say. It starts with evangelism. It starts with our relationship with connecting with people. Can you imagine that? Will you allow me to walk with you and to encourage you to take just a few extra steps to connect with people in your circle of influence. I know it's scary. Yeah, it takes just a little bit more of your time. But isn't it so worth it? Isn't that what Jesus taught us to do? Isn't that what love looks like? The course is going to be about 3 or 4 weeks, probably about 4. I pray that you will journey with me and see what comes up. I believe the fruits will be abundant because Jesus promised it would. The harvest plenty. The harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. I pray that you will be numbered among the workers.